Ballon d'Or. Come on, talk to me, man. You know what I mean? Obviously, but listen.
The Ballon d'Or,
and the thing is,
should either go to a PSG player. Yeah,
okay.
Right? Either go to a PSG player,
busting his serious face now,
right? or go to Salah. That's just my opinion. And I'm not. No, wait. What? Listen.
What?
Listen.
No,
bro.
no.
Listen.
Yo, there's no bro here, bro. There's no bro.
Listen.
There's no bro here.
I'm telling you, this is not as a Liverpool player. I'm talking about as a football fan. Tell me one person, in any league, that has done what Salah's done. I'm talking about in terms of goals and assists this season.
What has Yamal done? What's Yamal done?
Yamal hasn't got nowhere near the amount of goals and assists Salah's got.
Affinity Xtra. Be extra.
The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are personal and do not necessarily represent the views of Affinity Xtra.
Yeah, people. This is the boy here, Roger Van Moorinho Show, Affinity Xtra, celebrating Gospel Black Origin, and I'm here after a long season, football season. I think this season could be deleted from all memory, but you know when you delete a folder. This 2024-25 folder is going to be deleted, and
create a new folder. Start again.
Start again. You know the one that's it got lost in the records. You know the one that's still You can't. It got lost in the records like this slaver's paperwork. You know the one that's still. We go what reparations? They go yes, I smell something. You bent the paperwork? Oh, you think the same paperwork you used to get compensation? But anyway, Roger's not going to get himself in trouble right here still, We are not dealing with politics, reparations or anything like that still, But we're going to reparate in terms of the positivity when it comes to young black players and different things and black people in sports anyway still, But I just, to be honest, before we get into things, people, I just want to, we're going into the summer now. Summer sports now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And there's no big tournament apart from the let's say there's no big tournament in football. There is going to be a big tournament. It's what do you call it? The football world
Cup club championships.
Championships anyway over there still. We'll get to that afterwards anyway. Still okay. Summer sports, bro. What summer sport do you sit on, bro? What are you sitting?
You know, I generally don't sit on many summer sports. If I'm not watching the football, I used to watch a lot of sports. I think I've kind of slimmed it down now. A bit of NBA, football, and like summertime. Usually, like once all the main things that I watch are out of the way, it's usually like if there's athletics, then I'll kind of tune into that. But any other thing in terms of like, I'm not really heavily into like F1 or any of those other things there, the tennis. A lot of people watch tennis. I'm not heavily into that. NFL, again, I just dipping in and out, but
NFL?
NFL dipping in and out, but again, I'm not heavily into that. So if once football's done and they're on their break, I take my break. You know what I'm saying?
So you know with basketball, the NBA, you keep an eye on the finals or anything, or you just not bothered? If it's a big name, you'll go. If you're watching the big, are you just like watch it? If LeBron's there,
you know what's really bad is that in terms of how I started off my sporting career, it should have gone one way. I should have either been a basketball player or a football player. You know what I'm saying? Cool. Because for years I was doing football. I told you already. I played with my cousin, played with a lot of these guys that play in the Prem. And then basketball came over to England, and you had all the London teams and Manchester teams. And it became a massive thing for a short period of time.
It was.
I jumped onto that, and I managed to meet a lot of people, both in basketball here and in the States as well.
So I
was on the path, huh?
So you can jump.
So I could jump, man. I was dunking from the time I was like, I'd say 14. So
athletic,
cool. Literally, I should have been on that path, but then my first passion has always been tech, and I said to myself, I know that career-wise for me would have been better, but I've always been the kind of person wherever I do, I want to be doing something that makes me happy. So I made that jump into tech because that's where I was passionate about.
It wasn't your parents that stopped you playing sports?
No, not at all. I used to be in the basketball court like literally every day. You know what I'm saying? Every day, and there was a basketball court down the road from me, so I used to be down there with my boys as well, just playing basketball, go all over the place. So that's the thing. I could have done the thing, man, but like I said, tech was my passion, bro. So, And that's why it's strange, is because as much time as I spent doing basketball and had like all the basketball posters all over my wall and stuff like that, I hardly watch it now. You know what I'm saying? I hardly watch it.
So who's
now.
your go-to guy back then?
I liked
Jordan.
I wasn't not even Jordan. You know who's probably my favorite player was probably Penny Hardaway.
Okay,
I really liked Penny Hardaway.
Cool.
And I liked a lot of what you might call the underdogs. So people like Bugsy, because he was so short in terms of like whatnot.
Yeah.
I liked all them kind of man there. And obviously, all the big stars. Everyone loves all the big stars, whatnot. But yeah.
I think with basketball and me, my cousins were into basketball. My cousins got to England level, even got scholarships over to States. But we it was always football. But my parents, my dad just held us back, man. You know what I mean? And I understand why he did. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that as a young man, I didn't. I enjoy the fact that he did, but he did, and I look back and people look at me now, still being able to play football at they're going, but if you can do this now, what could you have done if you was I was never been coached as a footballer. You know what I'm saying? And I said that and I got blocked a couple opportunities with major clubs in the local area. It's not to say I wouldn't be special, but I just understand back then, even now, it's merely impossible to still make it. So in one sense, I'm glad I didn't commit to it like that. I had an opportunity for trials later with a professional club, but the desire was already left, and I was already kind of starting my journey when it came to gospel music. Yeah. So it's like, it sounds weird, but I had the opportunity to, and my friend Cosme, he's like, went over, speak to that scout, talk to him. And I was like, nah, just yeah. But and worst thing is, my age group now, we're looking at Lee Sharp. That's just a bit older than me. So you're looking at guys from your local town. Just get to one. And my friend got to Torquay as well. You know what I mean? And he had trials down there, and you know what I mean. So you seen guys doing it. Another guy that I played with was at England trials with Porsche Goals. You know what I'm saying? So it's tangible. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I would have made it, but like you seen that, and yeah, so that's it with me, football god, but looking back at what I play now. But when it came to summer sports, I like seeing West Indies beating England in the summer. It's all about athletics. Athletics, I was fast, but I never got trained to be fast. I did athletics to a certain extent. But, I loved watching, especially US. Everyone cusses me for supporting USA, but I saw the Giants there, bro. Ed Moses, you know what I'm saying? Butch Reynolds, you know what I'm saying? All these top guys.
When it came to the US, I will say, like, there was the reason I liked and I supported a lot of the youth athletes growing up was because there was actually more black US athletes at the time than there was British. We had one or two black British ones that we used to support, obviously, but there was more coming out of America. So you saw more of them being successful in what they were doing. So that was the thing for me, but.
No. And I think that's what my wife's like, oh, Americans don't care about SLB. You're totally right. But then when you see Linford Christie, get called a Jamaican-born person when he had that trouble with the drugs. You know what I'm saying? But all this time as British, then they twist on him. You just think, you don't support us over here either. You know what I mean?
It makes no difference.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, support who I need to support. So at the time, athletics, if you wanted to support black people in athletics, it was definitely Americans. The 400 meters, 200 meters, the 100 meters, bro. Michael Johnson, bro, like these guys were serious. Flojo, back in the day. So summertime is like, people, so and that's why I love some bits of athletics, but I just can't engage with it now. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think the setup is there to be big. So summer sports is really that. Wimbledon, even then, you know what I mean? You wait to the final and you may catch a bit of it now. I think I don't know what's happened, but it's kind of taking over. But anyway, this summer, I see right now West Indies getting caked when it comes to England. West Indies, we're saying beforehand.
People are going to disagree with me, but West Indies cricket team is nowhere even close to being like the West Indian teams that we grew up watching. Not even close. Yeah. You watched them and you knew that if West Indies come out here, somebody is about to hold a licking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, watching the West Indies cricket team, for me, is maybe like watching the equivalent of, might sound silly, yeah, but might be the equivalent of watching like a Cardiff in football. It's like there's nothing special for me. There's nothing special there for me.
I think the problem in the West Indies is they're losing their best athletes to track and field and to football and to basketball.
That is true, but I think
because you got 6 footers,
Yeah.
they got 7 footers, yeah, and they're not bowling. Before they'll go you bowl,
Yeah.
but they can actually play basketball as well.
See, and the other problem is the investment, because the Caribbean countries are not investing into the cricket as much now. Probably because they're seeing, like you said, that, you know, a lot of the guys are showing more interest in like the basketball, the football, stuff like that. So they're thinking, let's put our money into that. But at the same time, it's a shame, because like when it came to sports, cricket was one of our things in the early 80s, 70s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was one of our things. We were dominant for. You know, West Indies cricket team was a force. You know what I'm saying? You say West Indies cricket team in thingy now, nobody really fears them the way they used to back then. So I don't know. I just think that if they put the money and investment in there, and that investment includes scouts, because a lot of the problem is that they haven't got scouts to go and look for those young cricket players, say, look, come play, blah, blah. So, yeah, it's part of the whole bigger problem in terms of the cricket. But
well, it don't really affect us. It's one of the ones that you like. I think it's better for some of them to play football, because I feel like they get more. It's more money and capital.
Football, basketball.
There's
definitely more money. You know what? Funny story. Talking about the basketball that we were talking about. So when I'll say I was probably about 17 at the time, and like I said, heavily into basketball. So I worked in the London Arena, and when we used to have like the different tournaments come over from the States over to here, so obviously all the basketball players from States used to come over, you see the stars at London Arena. So I used to work in the arena, and I used to be in charge of the street ball. So people would come with one of their friends. It'll be like a 2-on-2 tournament in the corner. So then you have the main matches going on there. Then there'll be like an open side there where you have the street ball. So there was this one time I decided, I wanted to get involved in the street ball. So I had my friend there. We both jumped on the street ball. And we were just knocking teams out crazy, bro. Knocking them out crazy, yeah, right? Just like, it was just for fun. And then I just remember there was this one game that we got into, and my mate threw the ball, right, 3-pointer. And he missed it, and it hit the thing that was coming off. But my jumps then, was crazy. So I saw that he missed it. So I waited for the jump, and I grabbed the ball in the air, innit? And as I grabbed the ball, I just like laid it back off into the thing. So as far as I'm concerned, we got the point. It wasn't the 3 points we wanted, but we got the points. We won the game, blah, blah, blah. When I came off, my mate saying to me, why didn't you dunk it? Why didn't you dunk it? You was up there. Why didn't you just pull it in? It would have been good. I'm like, we won anyway. It doesn't make no difference. And then I heard this voice behind me say, you should have dunked it. And I thought, who just said it? And when I turned around, bro, it was Patrick Ewing, innit?
No.
Patrick Ewing, he literally said to me, you should have dunked it.
God, yes.
So what can you say to him? What can you say to him? He's telling you that, bro. What can you say?
I would have took you to New
What
York,
can you say,
son,
bro?
if you had to kill it in
What
you.
can you say, bro? It's like,
Bro,
I was arguing with my mates, like, so we won anyway. But I heard this deep voice, we should have dunked it. Team there, bro. It's like,
you should have dunked it.
I can't say nothing to you, bro. It's like, can't say nothing.
Man was ready to say, it's on his phone like this. Oh, delete that.
Can't
video.
say nothing, bro.
He deleted the video, bro. He deleted the video, man.
Them guys are massive, though, man. It's crazy. I like I said, I was like 17 at the time, and like, I felt like that guy could have eaten me for dinner, bro. The guy is so big. It's ridiculous, man.
Oh Lord, man, that's crazy. Well, we see what going, but the latest NBA, you got Pacers, and you've got what you call OKC in the final. So you got the underdogs.
Yeah.
That's
there is a massive supporting for OKC, man. I knew that already, but they're different. Their fans are different. And I want them.
But I didn't realize they're Seattle. They're
man.
Seattle back in the day, innit? Yeah, Supersonic. Yeah. So should be interesting. Again, we come from an era of just Chicago Bulls, innit? You know what I mean? To pure that they're like the Man United of the league, and when it went to Lakers, and then it's all over the place right now. So it's always been Lakers and Boston. Yeah. That's how it's always been.
Lakers has always been my team, but like I was saying, because one of my favorite players was Penny Hardaway, I had a special soft spot for the Magic. So
Orlando Magic.
Yeah.
Okay. I know the teams, but I don't really like Miami Heat. I don't want to. I'm getting to more now because it's got so much really good NBA footage on YouTube. It's amazing. You know what I'm saying? So. That's how I keep with it anyway. So yeah. But listen, guys, I know we had a chat about the summer times, but now we keep into the best time is to now summarize now how we think the football season's gone. We're gonna start from reverse. So the last game we saw PSG tore up, cooked up, bro. 5 piece meal, bro. Like, listen, bro. 5 things, bro. They chefed them up, blood. You got a starter, you've got 2 starters, got the full meal. Yeah. You know what I'm saying, bro? And you got
dessert and the drink, bro.
Dessert and the drink, you know, the one there still, bro. You know what I'm saying? So so for me, crazy.
That game was mad. Absolutely mad. And you know what? I think that's the first game I've watched in a long time with an Italian team that made me realize just how the Italians have fallen off in terms of because Italians are always known for their defense. You know what I'm saying? We knew they had good footballers, but when you talk about Italian defense back in the day, it was one of those things that, you know, any team coming against the Italian defense is going to have problems because you're looking at the Cannavaros, the Maldinis, all them man there. Yeah. And watching that game made me realize how much that is just dropped off, man. It's like there was no defense in that
whatsoever.
It's like PSG go forward, you just felt like they was going to score in everything that they did. It was ridiculous.
And I think that also, like, bro, I remember, and I'm you know, everybody knows I'm Milanese, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? 'Cause, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's all about AC Milan still, yeah? So as an AC Milan fan, I was quietly loving it, bro. But I was there. I remember watching it as a youth, AC Milan versus Barcelona. You know what I'm saying? And we 4 loved them, and we 4 love Barca. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That's how he scored the last goal. Bro, like that was a game. You know what I'm saying? And the tore Barca like there was no tomorrow. Yeah. And to witness Inter Milan get torn up worse. You know what I mean? Inter Milan, AC Milan, there's that video. You see the video I put in the group of doing the funeral for it. Bro, that's wicked, you know, bro. Absolute.
The thing is,
wicked.
no one saw. I mean, everyone knew PSG had the ability to be a serious threat, but nobody saw that happening to Inter because Inter, like, you know, they've been playing good football. They've been playing good football in the Champions League, in their league. I don't know because I think it was a week before they just lost the title to their Serie A title, in it because they could have won it. But they end up losing that. So I don't know if the players were on a downer from having not been able to win the league title.
End of era there, bro. They got ended, bro. They got absolutely ended.
To make it worse, their manager's leaving and going to Saudi now, so it's like they lost everything.
He needs to leave to go Saudi, bro. He needs to leave and make sure he sells the house, man, as well, bro, because that house will come out bun. You know what I'm saying? Someone rent that house just to burn it down. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, that was just, bro, you spent your hard earned, you spent £1,000 to get there, bro. And your thing got turned in, bro.
I would have been vexed. I'm vexed, right? Because Champions League money ain't cheap money, bro. The amount of money you spend on flight, hotel, and blah blah blah. And don't forget, them hotels that you would pay like £100 for a night suddenly become £300 for the night because they know it's Champions League.
Listen, bro, them man had to drive from Italy, you know, go through the Alps, you know.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying?
Silly money you have to pay,
bro,
and
downhill. You know what I'm saying, bro? And I don't do heights, bro. To go up there and to come down and then drive,
that's what your team does, man. It's like, you get to the final, you have to give a good account of yourself, man. You have to give a good account of yourself.
Yeah, I think Paris with the youthfulness, I think that one of the biggest buys for them, and I said this is Cavastel, When they bought him, he was up for grabs, and Anthony mentioned it. I don't understand how Premiership clubs let that player. You've got somebody who's called a Georgia Messi. The man can shoot from any foot, and what makes it even better, when I watched him for Georgia in the Euros, he's not like a Ronaldo and a Messi. No, they stay up.
Yeah.
This guy works.
He works.
And if they said to him, play up some foot by yourself, they kick the ball to him, and he will take on 50 players.
Yeah.
And also
quality player, bro.
And
the thing is, he was offered to Arsenal, right before. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't go. Not because he didn't want to, but Arsenal just didn't go through with it and go and grab the guy. But they had the opportunity to.
He cooked Timber, you know. He cooked Timber because the thing is, why I said that he caused problems, because my youth there, Dumfries, yeah, he's a beast.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
He was quiet that game,
yeah,
absolute quiet,
yeah.
because he's got somebody who's not gonna watch him. You know, when he got playing against Ronaldo, as a fullback, you know he's not gonna go with you. You sprint, he ain't keeping up with you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but he sprints. Cavastelia's going with you.
Yeah.
And then he's not only gonna get there, like Rashford will sprint with you.
Yeah, yeah.
But he ain't gonna touch you. But this guy will not only touch you, he'll tackle you.
Yeah, yeah.
And Vitinha.
Quality, there's quality all around that team. I mean, for Inter, bro, I think their best from anyway. People may disagree, but for me, their best player on the night was Thuram. Didn't score, but it was the little things I saw him doing. Like whenever the ball came to me, he held it up. He was very strong against the PSG defense. I can't think of any time where the balls come to him and they managed to get the ball away from him. He has to use his strength off to his teammates, stuff like that.
The centre back next to my guy Marquinhos, Pancho, yeah, bro, man's Ecuadorian, man. Your Ecuador's got a bad boy team, you know, bro. Secretly a bad boy team. You know what I'm saying? The Black Brothers come through, and there's now got a bunch of big, strong, pure bloods, man. You know what I'm saying? From Ecuador. But it's a Pancho, bro. He set up the second goal, as far as I'm concerned, because he didn't let it go. You know what I'm saying? Got the foot round, kicked it out. These guys, you know, and the young
right into the end, bro. It's like, I was half wondering if the ref was going to call for a foul for a high foot, because obviously he kind of wrapped his foot around the guy to get it. You know what I'm saying? But the whole team played very, very well, and like they will deserve champions on the night, 100%.
The Ballon d'Or. Come on, talk to me, man. You know what I mean? Obviously, that bro, but listen,
the Ballon d'Or,
and the thing is,
should either go to a PSG player,
right?
Either go to a PSG player,
busting his serious face now,
right? or go to Salah. That's just my opinion. And I'm not. No, wait. What? Listen.
No,
bro. Listen.
Yo, there's no bro here, bro. There's no bro.
Listen.
There's no bro here.
I'm telling you, this is not as a Liverpool player. I'm talking about as a football fan. Tell me one person, in any league, that has done what Salah's done. I'm talking about in terms of goals and assists this season.
What has Yamal done? What's Yamal done?
Yamal hasn't got nowhere near the amount of goals and assists Salah's got.
How much
He's
is
been quality, right? Let's check it. I'm telling you. Yamal's been quality, but he's got nowhere near the amount of goals and assists that Salah's got. I don't know his stats, but we can get it.
You got an M chip in your thing. You can do more multitasking. You know what I'm saying? my man's already. You know what I'm saying? Okay,
Yamal, this season, 9 goals, 13 assists. That's weak compared to Salah, bro. 9 goals, 13 assists. Let's just look at Salah, just get it on record here, what Salah's stats are, right, for this season. 29 goals, 18 assists. That's Salah. That's a serious stats in any league. I'm not saying this as a Liverpool fan. I'm being serious as a football fan here, right? The problem is that the Ballon d'Or, they might as well call it the Spanish draw, because it's always Barca or Real Madrid.
Yeah.
But if you're looking at stats on stats here, right? Mbappe, Vinicius, none of them have put up the stats that Salah has in terms of goals and assists this season.
What about Mbappe?
He scored a bag of goals. He scored a bag of goals, but again, I'm talking about the combination of both.
Yeah, of course. What's Mbappe?
So he's got 31 goals, 3 assists. Do you know what I'm saying? So and 31 goals, that's only 2 more than Salah. So when you put the stats with it here, right? That's what I'm saying. So in terms of overall play, Salah, because for years people were saying that Salah's greedy. Salah showed this season, right, that he can score, and he can also play for the team.
Okay. Right.
So I'm not saying this as a Liverpool fan. I'm talking about as a football fan. If you're going to be serious, if Salah's not at least in the conversation for top three, there's something wrong.
I'll give you that top 3. Yeah. I'll give it top 3. But who is the best player in PSG?
In PSG, that's a hard one, bro. That's a hard one. Because Kvaratskhelia is a top dude, but so is Dembele.
But Kvaratskhelia hasn't done it all season because he's only been there for half a season. So he couldn't be caught in the mix because Napoli, he had problems at Napoli for a while. You got that problem, but then...
And let's not forget, that what we've seen of PSG towards the last end of this season, we weren't seeing for them at the beginning of this season.
No, we weren't.
They've got better towards the end of the season.
But the thing is with Dembele, he was still performing well at the beginning of the season. He's been banging off for them. If anything, he's gone more quiet. But at the crucial times, I feel like Dembele has just been that.
I don't think he didn't get a goal in the final, did he? No, he didn't.
No. but the way he rolled that ball back and he football was stupid, man.
I mean, like even Dembele, as good as he's been, he's only played 15 matches. No, that's the Champions League. Sorry, let me look at the whole thing altogether.
Oh, you've been falsifying the stats then, bro.
No.
So the stats before falsified.
No.
Yo, listen.
So he scored like in the league. No, that's the league. In the.
All right, guys, we're gonna do a recount now because obviously Marx has been rigging the figures.
Yeah, so this season he scored 21 goals. Yeah, right.
That's not bad. Still.
That's not bad still. So he's
not an out and out goal scorer either.
No, he's not. He's not an out and out goal scorer. But the thing that he's got for him, which is probably more than Salah at this moment, because Salah's getting older now, is because he's so youthful. He drives at players all the time. He's always running, running.
Bro, he's skilled. If he scored, bro, he can. As a defender, he can do something, and you're like on the floor, like looking up in the sky. You know what I'm saying? You know?
In basketball, it's like they call it break the legs, bro. It's like, man,
he'll break the legs. Salah is power. Salah can do skills.
Yeah.
But he'll do you. You go like that, and he'll barge past you. Dembele, you just. He's lay down, just lay me down, you know what I'm saying, bro? And you just like going, what the hell just happened?
What's happened?
And, you know what I'm saying? And then he will do a curler and he goes past the top pack, but he don't go in, he'll just go round. You're thinking, ooh, if only. I think Dembele's always been an if only guy. I actually was concerned after he left Barca if this guy would never become the player that he could. I think
if you're basing it on what he's shown at PSG,
he's won everything.
Yeah, there's an argument to be made that he was just always at a team where there was always our stars which were outshining him, because there was always the Messis, the Neymars, the Suarez. You know, he was always at a team where there was guys ahead of him, similar to the situation with Benzema at Real Madrid. There was always a striker that seemed to be ahead of Benzema until he got that season where he was that guy.
Yeah.
And he showed what he could do, right? But there was always Ronaldo or somebody else that was there.
Yeah. I hear what you're saying. I think Dembele, I would have to, me personally, I'll give it to him. Yamal's going to cook it for a while, I believe, but I would give it to him over Mo, just for the fact that he's won absolutely everything. And it can cost off the Farmers League. And what's the embarrassing part? They've beaten every top club in the UK. You know, if you're going to name the top three, Man City, Arsenal, and Liverpool. Yeah, that's the top three in this country, or averaging over the past 5 seasons. They've beaten all three. And then on top of that, you know what I'm saying, they beat Villa. You know what I'm saying? So for me, we just beat them three. I think that, for me, that's what probably made the final so easy. You know what I'm saying? Because they've beaten high caliber teams. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then for me, it just reminds me when Man United won it. Back then they had to beat some strong teams on the way. You know, sometimes it's we had to beat Juve, Barca, Inter Milan, and these teams are serious, bro. You know what I mean?
I think it does something mentally that when you beat those bigger teams, especially when you get to the final, you're kind of thinking to yourself, we've proven that we can do this. We got no one to be scared of.
Man.
Just play our game. And we're good. Do you know what I'm saying? So
100%. So for us, I consider this that I think the top three should be featuring Yamal, Dembele, and Mo Salah in whatever order they feel it to be. But definitely, I think it should be definitely Dembele on top, and it just shows that Africa produces the best footballers ever. Yeah, bro. Dembele, African descent. No, they found Yamal is a combination of the North and South. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I mean? Africa. And Mo Salah is one of the conquest guys that came over and conquest Egypt. So we can call him African. Get you with that one still, you know what I mean? Man, they took over Kush, you know what I mean? Even his cousins them.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, man, the continent is called Africa, isn't it? So it's
listen, man, he might fling out his Afro again still, man. I try to catch me up, man. Bro, listen, I'm older than you, bro. I can throw out still. I can throw it. I don't have to go to Turkey to sort it out, man. You know, the one there still. I say to the barber today, he said to me, Roger, everybody seems to be going to Turkey. I said, it's not going to Turkey for no holiday, bro.
No, not for holiday, bro.
They'll come back looking different, man. They come back like with a new face. Like, all that. You know what I'm saying? You lost weight. You know what I'm saying?
That's what they're going for, bro. Them procedures.
Bro, there was anyway still, yes. But anyway, we're not debating cosmetics because the ladies won't be happy with us anyway. So yeah, you know, and the men who are going bold won't be happy with us either. You know, the man never say, "Oh, I'm just popping over to Turkey for 3 days." Mate, you go, yeah, you sort yourself out. But anyway, right, okay, so that's that game. And we go back to, I didn't really pay attention to this, but Betis versus Chelsea. You paid any attention? Did you watch it?
Yeah, I did.
Yo, you can tell me, I watched the highlights. I was busy. I was paying for it.
I didn't feel like Chelsea did anything special. First half for me, Betis were all over them. I felt that Betis did enough in the first half to make you believe that they're going to come out, just do what they did in the first half and then walk away with the trophy. But I don't know what happened, which players came out, but it weren't the Betis players that came out in the second half. They were sleeping or something was going on. They were puffing something in the changing room. I don't know what happened for them. All I know is that Chelsea came out different in the second half.
Yeah.
And so it was definitely what they, like, you know, as I say, a game of two halves. Chelsea came out, dominated the second half. Betis had no answer for them.
Yeah.
And I think it was one of those classic things that, you know, they did all the work in the first half. They probably thought to themselves, you know, we're looking good. They came out. Chelsea gave them, a few jabs, a right hook. And then their head just went down. That was it. The game, after the first goal, the game was done.
Okay.
The game was done.
Yeah. No, I can feel that. And sometimes momentum is key in football. You know, when teams destroy, and this is what I'm concerned with PSG as well. You got to score when you're on top. You got to score not one, not two, but the third goal was crucial for PSG. You got to get that third, because once that person gets a one goal, the momentum swings. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So football's like that because, you know, again, Betis, when you don't have any caliber about winning trophies, you don't know how to win it. To win trophies is knowing how to win when you're on top, and then knowing when you're not on top, how to kill the game. And they just open up like.
See, if I'm the managers in these finals, so you know, Betis manager, I can't remember what his name is, Inzaghi, Amorim.
Yeah.
My biggest anger isn't even so much that I lost the game, you know. It's or should say lost the trophy or the title, whatever you want to say. My biggest anger as the manager would be that I know you can play better. Because each of the teams that lost, I've seen them play better this season. You know what I'm saying? And if they came out and played the game that we all know they can play, if United turned up the way they've turned up in some of the games this season, there's no way Tottenham are winning. There's no way.
Tottenham had one shot on target. That was Luke Shaw deflection.
That's what I'm saying.
You were saying, bro. And for me, we did enough to win the game without taking the goals, even though we played rubbish.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, Man United this season have been played terrible. Everybody knows that. But there's been certain games United have won because they've had games where they've won by 3-4 goals this season. You know what I'm saying? Despite the fact how they're finished in the league position.
For me, the Villa game, they killed Villa.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's like, so they've shown glimpses of that when we come out to play and if we do our game, this is what we can can do. And if that United turned up, Tottenham don't win.
No, 100%.
If you want to challenge that, I'm telling you, bro.
But Uzin's killing it right now, bro. I think this is the worst nightmare for Arsenal right now. Tottenham fans are running it in their face, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, they're running it in the face, man.
Yeah.
You said video put up that tune with it, bro. Yeah. They're making up tunes, you know, bro, about Arsenal, bro. And Arsenal fans can't say nothing,
The
bro.
thing is, Arsenal fans, the only response they're going to give is how many trophies, championships, all that kind of stuff that they've won, which is their right to do. But it doesn't turn away from the fact that they haven't done anything for a long time in terms of any of the big trophies, and that Tottenham won and they're going to be in Europe. I'm saying what would be nice is to see Tottenham play against Arsenal. That would be nice to see in the Europe.
In Champions League.
That would be nice.
North London derby, you know.
That would be good, man.
I was thinking you can play each other's British teams, eh?
Yeah.
In the league fixtures.
I'm not in the league fixtures.
No, they avoid it, innit?
I can't remember if you could do it in the league fixtures, but if they can meet somewhere along the whole journey, that would be nice.
Arsenal would kill them.
I don't know. I don't know.
They get murdered, bro.
Derbies are funny games, bro. Arsenal, Tottenham, Liverpool, Everton, Manchester United, Man City.
Any
Derby
Arsenal
games are
made
funny.
Tottenham in the Champions League, whatever quarterfinals, they will kill them, bro.
Football's a funny game.
Bro, this man is.
Football's a funny game.
All right, before we get too much involved, but listen, big up to Crystal Palace. You know what I'm saying? The real team of because obviously there's two. As far as I'm concerned, when it comes to London, you've got the North London guys that support Tottenham and then support Liverpool. Then you've got the guys in South London that really Crystal Palace fans, but they support Liverpool. Is that right?
I don't know anything that you just said there. I have no idea what you just talking about.
Yeah,
there.
man, you know what I'm saying. So the Tottenham fans that what's a glory? So you supported Liverpool back in that. You're talking about our age group now. You know what I'm saying? Or got soft. I know you got soft. Listen, man, don't get twisted. If you're North London, Marx is North London, man. You even got soft touch for Spursy. You know what I'm saying? And the South London's always
you got a soft touch for Birmingham City.
Yeah.
Good for you. Why did I support them, bro?
Huh?
Why did you support them?
That's my second team.
Why not your first team? That's where you live.
But listen, bro, don't worry about where I live, bro. Bro, we couldn't watch the games on TV, so man couldn't connect to that. I want that, bro. I was like, where's Birmingham City? All I know is Zulu. That's all I know about Birmingham City back when I was a youth, man. You know what I'm saying? But when they're trying to get me to play support West Bromwich Albion, but it just didn't work. You know what I'm saying? So, but Albion was good them days, but
them days there, back in the days we
Cyril
had
Regis.
Cyril and all them
guys. Yeah, man. My dad bought me West Bromwich Albion kit. Like I never, my first football kit full out. I was only a youth then. I was I don't think I was even past 8 years old, bro.
Yeah.
Full. It was like Chris. It was yellow, green. You know what I'm saying? It's the yellow and green and yellow and green thing. I said, yeah, man, it's Brazil. So full man thinking it's Brazil, bro. This is what I'm saying to you, bro. It's how a full man's into thinking it's Brazil, but really it was an Albion kit.
Yeah.
And man was in socks and everything, man. In a full Albion kit, but really, I was in a Brazil kit. I was in an Albion kit, but I thought I was in Brazil.
You thought it was a Brazil kit. You was moving like you was in a Brazil kit.
And then my dad tried to get me to support the Villa. It didn't happen. Yeah, but this is before I started to support Man United when I was 8. So I must have been about 7, 6, bro. And they tried it on me, and I rejected Albion, rejected Villa. You know what I'm saying?
You went across the water to
But
United.
then put a Villa badge on my door, bedroom door, bro. You know what I'm saying? And support the Villa, and everybody at school were wearing it because it's still 82 to 1 the European Cup. So there's still memorabilia left with all the kids around in my area that had the bags and everything. So everybody Villa was a normal thing. But when I went to church. And I supported Man United after 84, after the final, FA Cup final, they beat Everton. But I chose the team that was in red. Obviously, it was Man United by accident. I picked the red and I've stuck to them since then. So, but the thing is, later from there, so it wasn't because I went no glory hunter. I was just decided on red when I was a youth. And then as I got older now, my church was next to a school, Holyhead School. I remember seeing Birmingham Zulu. Yeah. Which was the ultras of this is because the ultra fans of Birmingham City. So it's like, yeah man, Zulu, yeah man, black man thing. I said, yeah man, and Birmingham, and then Birmingham was winning 2 trophies back then as well, and you had Ricky Otto down there with dreads. Yeah. So you got all these guys, you know what I mean?
So you had your influence is definitely there.
Well, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't got no dreads. But what I will say, when it comes to Crystal Palace doing really well, really, they've really done a good job. You know what I'm saying? Everyone thought Man City should win. And it's absolute class. Where the strength if I find Crystal Palace now compared to the past is that these guys can pay the wages now. You don't need to go. Zaha had to go to Man United. Balassi, bro, he had to leave to go to Everton, but they couldn't stay. But now they can stay and still get a decent money. They still can be on 120 a week.
Do you know what I really liked about that win? Right, was their manager told Pep that next time I see you, I'm going to beat you, and that's what he did. Oh, bro, that was funny.
That's
man.
cold.
Man called his shot before it even happens.
Is this the end of Pep?
Huh?
Is this the end of Pep?
Nah.
You can Pep will come back.
Huh?
Pep will come back.
based on what I'm seeing in the transfers, I think, yeah. Man City look like they're doing some good business. I'm just looking, bro.
We get to there. Right, so we did FA Cup. We done down Newcastle a long time. They won the Coca-Cola Cup. Wimbledon's Cup, which one would they call it? Or Milk Cup back in the day. Milky Bar Cup. Right. And then you've got obviously Sugar, you won the league in it.
Listen, you best put some respect on my name and on my team's names.
Well,
put some respect on that, man.
That was definitely. I was thinking, what's left?
Put some respect on that. I mean, I don't blame you because, where we were positioned is too high up from where you were positioned. You can't see us, bro. You can't see us. We're up there, bro. You got to look up to see where we at. You go 3 spots up, you still don't reach us. Now 3 spots, you still don't reach us, bro.
I've just deleted memory of the league, man. That's all. That's the reason why I forgot.
We're up there. You won't forget. Don't worry. I'm going to make sure you remember every chance I get. Liverpool won the league in front of our fans, which is good for the fans as well, because we obviously the one that we did in COVID. But yeah, it's, like we said, we've won the past 5 seasons now. We've won 2 titles, and that's very good. Can we do it again next season? I believe we can. We're making some good business so far. I still think we need a striker that's going to get us more goals, especially that's going to be in place by when Salah does leave. Because let's not think he's going, because he's signed, that he's going to be there forever. It could be next season, the season after. Once he's gone, we need someone to replace that. I think we should bring in a striker now. Personally, I think that we should steal Man United's target, bringing in Bremo. But yeah.
Yeah, so basically, the top team in the league was Liverpool with 84 points, 10 points ahead of Arsenal. Arsenal was only 3 points ahead of Man City. Man City was all over the place. Chelsea was 4th, 69 points. And Chelsea was up for the title at one stage, Christmas, but they just flopped. Literally, Christmas period, it's like Cole Palmer turned into frozen Palmer. So he totally went cold. Then at the same level, thanks to our performance, saved Newcastle against Villa. So we mashed up Villa. Do you reckon that was Kitati's hands, the goalkeeper?
No, he lost control.
You reckon?
The rules are very clear, yeah, right? That the keeper has to have solid hands on the ball.
But he
didn't have it. He had his 2 hands on it, yeah, but he lost control of it before the guy kicked the ball.
So you would have given that a go?
I would have given it a go because I don't think it's a teeth thing. I think he lost control. If you've got full control, and that's the other thing is, like, as a goalkeeper, you're taught, yeah, when you see you go and you hug on a ball, yeah, right? You put your hands and you maneuver your body.
To protect it. Yeah.
So the keeper's also at fault there because he's trying to just do a hands thing and whatever.
Got some bandulu goalkeepers at Old Trafford, man.
Everybody knows that. It's not even just football. And NFL, the same thing. When you catch the ball, you bring it in to fling the ball. Keeper's got to do that. So for me, keepers are at fault to a bit there, whether they want to admit that or not. But I don't think he lost. I don't think he had full control of that ball personally.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. But either way, Villa, Nottingham Forest has got into the Europa Cup. That's probably better for them to be in that cup.
No, I think. Okay, in terms of where they are as a club, because this is their first time in years doing as well as they are in the league. I think in terms of their team that they've got now, their manager, blah blah. I think it's a good tournament for them to be in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think their performance this season deserves a Champions League spot.
But bro, it's what it come to the business end. Bro, and they missed out by 1 point. Yeah. And that was losing, and that was drawing with Leicester.
And that's the other thing that's going to hurt is that they could have get it done against the team that's gone down. You know what I'm saying? So
Leicester local rivals. So Leicester will be forever putting that in their face.
Yeah.
So that's a shame there still, And the rest of the table is history.
Let's skip it. Let me make this point, because we know this is a Liverpool Man United thing here, right? Liverpool finished 42 points ahead of Man United.
I just looked at the numbers.
42 points ahead of Man United in the league.
Hold a second. We got 42 points,
Yeah, and we got 84 points, bruv.
Yeah.
So 42 points ahead.
But listen, man, I could find that in the history of the Premier League, bro, where we're 42 points ahead of you.
Never. You never find it because it's never happened.
bro.
Show me, bro. I'll wait. I'll wait.
You know,
show me.
He's not using his superior power.
I don't need to use my thing. You're proving a point to me. I don't need to prove nothing to you. I already know. I already know, bro. You have never been that far ahead of Liverpool in league. No, you've never been that far ahead of Liverpool in that Premier League.
Okay, we're gonna go to ChatGPT. Yeah, I'm gonna use AI in this. Yeah,
go on.
What questions are they? What's it?
Whatever you want to ask it, however you want to put it, I'm confident.
What's the biggest? What's the difference in points? Largest.
If you want to do that, yeah.
What's the? You see, he's not helping me. You know.
Wait.
That's how not confident you are.
Just before you think, yeah. So just to show you, yeah, right? Because the lowest position that we've done in the Premier League, yeah, right, is 8th. I think it was 7 for 8.
But what are you distracting me for? You're holding
I'm making you realize how wrong you're gonna be.
No, I'm not saying right and wrong. I asked you a question and you're too confident about it.
Go ahead.
Go. What's the
biggest goal difference? Biggest point difference?
Points difference.
Man United has had over Liverpool.
Man United has had over Liverpool. Liverpool FC in league history. Okay, history.
Let's see what this thing brings up for you.
Well, yo, guys, we did this live right here. Oh, snap. 1 second, United.
See, I told you.
I told you. Liverpool's most significant lead over Man United came when they got 99 points. And we 33 points. Okay, cool.
You see, you don't want to read that out loud, bro.
No, I'm good.
Read it out, let the people hear it. Let the people hear it, bro. Let me read it for you, because the guy was trying to say something about Liverpool. He was looking for evidence of how far Man United have been against Liverpool. Let me see what it says. Conversely, Liverpool's most significant lead over Man United came in the 2019 to 2020 season. Liverpool secured the Premier League title with 99 points, whereas United concluded the season in 3rd place with 66 points.
Only 3 places, man. And then you're 33 points ahead of us?
I'm just saying, I'm just saying.
Guys, listen.
And this season was 42. ChatGPT ain't even updated itself yet. ChatGPT hasn't even updated itself yet. It's so fresh. 42 points, bro.
Guys, as I said, Liverpool, because of they went through the slow reset. We just did a big time cha-ching. So this is what I'm saying to people. But because of this reset that we've done this season, it's not let us have a long-winded recovery. We just delete the season and come back hard, and that's what we're going to do, bro.
Oh, Man United haven't done no reset yet.
We reset.
What have you reset?
We're resetting right now. Facebook. We're resetting.
You're not resetting. You're not resetting.
We are resetting.
I'll tell you what it is.
Ineos is coming. Yeah. Ineos is coming.
That's not reset,
bro. The reset is mean you got rid of the trash. The problem with Man United,
and the trash is still there,
bro. Listen, but the trash. I'm not talking about players because that takes time, but we know their strategy of buying players over the past decade has been absolutely awful. Yeah, it's been poor. The way they've given contracts to people, like, bro, come on, bro. Would Luke Shaw get a contract that much in Liverpool?
No.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Would all these big contracts that we've been giving out, bro, yeah? Like, don't get me wrong, to keep De Gea, which was fine, great goalkeeper, but they're giving him 350 grand. Just giving out his asset, giving his, not thinking about the future. Oh, we're going to keep winning mentality. They've just given and bought players. Remember that time when they bought Di Maria, Falco, all these guys are just throwing money around and hoping they get a good player. Then they get Ten Hag. Ten Hag spends some stupid amount of money, bro, yeah? And that's on the old regime. Now, the last summer window, every player that the Ineos has bought out, as much as everyone's moaning about Ineos and about the way they're doing the business, bro, has all 5, none of them was extortionate, yeah? let's be real. Let's look at them. Ugarte, who people could say the most sussed one, but he's done a job anyway. Still, yeah, he's running around doing a job.
Yeah.
He's like a Herrera. You know what I'm saying? Not the best at passer, but you know what? He stick his foot in. You got Xerxes, which people didn't like at first, but I think they get him and they've got time and patience for him. They've got Mazzarari, who everybody says bad boy, but one of the best buys of the season for the price they got him. Delete, decent, actually not decent, beyond decent buy, and Euro. You can't fault any of them 5 buys. So if they're gonna do that again, if they're gonna do it again now, bro, that's technically a big. If they get 5 players this summer, at that with that success rate for me, and they've got Durgu in the Christmas break. So for me, what's there to complain about?
Your best buys year, right, has been, in my opinion, has been Euro and Ugarte. Euro because he's so young.
Yeah,
and that you got a young player that you can develop, and you'll be your top CB.
And we got Heaven,
and yeah, he's coming up. He's coming up. So
man.
you can't really count him too tough because like he's just coming up.
But no, he's been sliding every time he plays though.
Yeah. But he's like, we're talking about you didn't sign Heaven. Okay, when you guys signed Heaven, yeah, right, because it was like for 1.8 mil or something like that. When you signed him,
that's a steal, bro.
It is, but you didn't sign him with the intention of him going to your first team. So you can build, you know what I'm saying? That's a future project.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All them other guys you mentioned were meant to go straight into your first team. Now, on paper, I agree the prices that you paid in terms of what you paid and what you potentially would get in terms of quality, because each of these players, apart from Delite, because Delite was already playing badly in Germany, yeah. So that's why Bayern were happy to get rid of him, because he wasn't putting up performances. But Xerxes, he was putting up performances. Ugarte, he was putting up performances. Euro, like I said, young guy. So, what on paper, what you was going to get would have been good. But the problem is that what you was going to get and what you actually got in terms of performances so far hasn't come through. And you can only go by what you're seeing on the pitch.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you've got a few other guys you brought in. You brought in Dogu. You've got my man as well, which is showing that he's got a little bit of star potential. Diallo. I just think
he's nervous.
It's not nerves. Here's the thing. Like I said, so far, even with all these signings, United didn't show nothing like to say, next season they're going to be in the top 5 again. You know what I'm saying? Just based on last season. I think that there's still stuff that needs to be changed at United before you're going to see that. You guys are getting Sancho back. Sancho's coming back. Everyone's saying you want to get rid of him. I don't know if they're going to try and sell him still in the window, but it's just come out today.
You want him?
Huh?
You want him?
We don't want him. But he's a quality player.
He's a quality player.
He's a quality player, yeah. Right? But I don't know why he's not working at United, because he was doing fine at Dortmund. He's doing decently at Chelsea. But for some reason, United just couldn't get the best out of him.
We might get on with, but the thing is, he might get on well with Amri. You never know. Yeah.
Rashford's coming back to you as well. I think he's already out. He doesn't want to be at thing. Hopefully this Barca thing goes lead for you.
Bro, come on, man. Talk the thing now. Rashford, Barca, come on, bro. What has he done to get into Barca?
He hasn't done anything to get into Barca, really. Do you know what I'm saying? But Barca have been liking Rashford for. They're probably looking at him and saying, there's certain things that he has shown over the years which they like, and they reckon that they could probably bring him back to his best.
Right, you remember when PSG was after Rashford?
Yeah.
He can't even lace anybody's boots up there. He can't touch D-Way.
But you're just basing it on his current form.
How long has current form has been for Rashford?
But don't forget,
3 seasons now.
That season he had where he was banging for you guys.
Yeah, man, right? That's one off.
Yeah, that's fair enough. That's one off. But what I'm saying
Phillips did one off.
He's showing that he has got that about his game. Now, if that Rashford went to PSG, it's a different thing.
Bro, okay. Tony Yeboah, my case done. You remember Tony Yeboah?
I remember Tony Yeboah. I'll never forget him because of that banging goal he scored against Liverpool. I can't ever forget him, bro. The chest onto the knee volley, and then I'll never forget him.
What you see? Don't get wrong. It's an amazing season, bro. But the follow-up is not always good. It's great to Rashford is, and I do rate the youth. I think he's a good youth. I think he's a good professional footballer. But the problem with him, I always call him the fake Mbappe. because the British public bigged him up as if he was their version of Mbappe. He's never been that clinical. He's got some skills, and he does a couple wonder passes and whatever. And you know what? It works out. But I think he's over. I think he's overrated. He's a purple patch. Yeah.
That season when he was banging, that was under
cool.
Ollie, right?
But I still think he's a good. I think he's a good player. I think he's a good player, and I think that Villa, Newcastle. And the thing is, the flip side is this: why go into a pressure situation like Barca when at Man United you struggled under big club pressure? Maybe he's suited for smaller clubs, and not disrespect to Villa. Villa is a smaller club, and Newcastle, clubs like that where you can just perform.
I think me personally,
or Wolves.
I think Rashford has just been mismanaged the past. Let's say 5 seasons. Let me explain to you why. Let me the past 5 seasons, bro. Let me explain to you why. That season, right? Because everybody will say Ollie was not a tactical manager.
Yeah,
he got on well with the players.
Yeah,
and he allowed Rashford to play ball, which is why Rashford had that banging season. The only reason the season following changed, because if I remember right, you can correct me, that was the season Ronaldo came.
Yes, yeah.
And everything went to him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so then that killed whatever momentum that Rashford was doing.
As much as I love Ronaldo, I think he was the problem. We got Sancho, and that was going to be, it was meant to be Sancho, Greenwood,
and that's
Rashford,
what I'm saying. He's like, you have Rashford
Martial
banging off like that, then you bring Ronaldo, right?
Yeah, I had to bring Ronaldo.
Rashford has gone over to Villa. He's been injured, unfortunate, but he's over there and he started showing glimpses of what he can do. You know what I'm saying? I personally think Rashford is a similar situation to a Salah. Salah was at Chelsea and Roma and was not showing the stuff that he's doing at Liverpool.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
And I think that's the case, that Rashford just needs to be in a team where he can play his ball.
Okay.
And I think that at Barca, I reckon they'll let him play his ball. Because Barcelona, the way with players like Rashford, are very similar to how Real Madrid are with Vinicius, whatnot. They don't try to control these players; they unleash the players. They just let you go out there and do your thing.
All right. And
I think that's Rashford's one of them players. You need to let him come out and play his ball, because the same problem that he's having with England. They're trying to play him in ways that he's not going to do. It doesn't make no sense.
To be honest, they might get a look at him because Lewandowski is past his sell-by date now.
He ain't going nowhere. He's saying he wants to stay at Barca, so he's happy there.
But the thing is, he's past his sell-by date, and they can't really rely on Torres. So it could be a decent shout. Barca, 20 mil. 20 mil.
I don't think he's a level replacement, because Rashford has to be a guy that comes in from the left. He's not a down the middle guy. He's not a down the middle guy, and that is also part of the problem with some of the managers have tried to play him down the middle, including at United at times as well.
And Villa.
And I don't think he's a down the middle guy. He has to play in come from the left hand guy. And you can see that even when he plays, they've positioned him to play middle. He just naturally floats to the left.
Yeah,
he never stays in the middle.
I think the problem was at a period as well. You've got 3 players: Martial, Sancho, and Rashford going for that same position. That's what that was stupid buying Sancho. If you already got 2 people that really prime in that position, and Martial, you can't play him for a season. So it's a bit of a mad one anyway. But anyway, guys, we don't want to spend too much talking about Man United. But either way, Man United is going to hopefully get the players. You believe in Onana out, and you're happy to hear Bruno staying? Onana looking like he might go to Saudi.
It's not so much that I believe in Onana out. My thinking is that, like I said, my thinking was always that I just didn't see what Onana would do that David De Gea wasn't already doing. That was my thinking. Now that you guys have already done the swap, I'm going to say the same thing, that there isn't any top goalkeepers that are out there right now. I'm in a team they're not going to leave. They're not going to leave and come to United because they're getting first team at their top team. So you've got Onana. As much as I laugh at the mistakes he makes, you might as well just keep him, because you've already done the deal. Now you've got him in. Just keep him.
Wow,
and then,
you see, AC Milan's keepers up for grabs and Chelsea's sniffing there, bro.
And
Mike Mignolet, that is if they get him, bro, that's a problem.
Do you ever thing I'll say before I touch on Magnan about Onana is that when it comes to goalkeepers as well, sometimes your goalkeeper is only as good as your defense. if your defense is weak here, right?
Yeah, let goals in.
and you're letting them people pop off shots everywhere.
Yeah.
It's going to make your goalkeeper look bad because he can't stop everything.
Yeah. And then Chelsea, if they get that goalkeeper there, bro, yeah, he's gonna be decent. But they're talking about your goalkeeper's connected to us as well, ain't it? Your second keeper.
Kelleher.
Yeah.
No, he's not. He's already signed for Brentford.
How do you feel, Brentford?
Yeah, I think he signed for Brentford or Bournemouth, one of them teams there. I can't remember, but he's gone. It's a weird one.
When did you sell him to us? When did you sell him to us?
No.
Why is that? 'Cause he's too good.
If you had asked me this at the beginning of the season, I would have said yes. Because if you remember, we did a recording now, and I said it on more than one recording. I did not like Kelleher.
I tell you why, man. He's always been good. He's always been good.
Because like when you actually start seeing play, he used to be taking risks he didn't need to be making. You know what I'm saying? And there's certain goals that were going past him. I'm thinking Alisson would have saved that. And again, you can't really compare many goalkeepers to Alisson here, right? But even taking Alisson out of the picture, a number of other keepers would have saved that. And I'm thinking, what are you doing that is causing? And that was my thing. But Alisson got injured, and we were forced to play him.
Yeah.
And the more games he got, the better he got. And sometimes that's what it is. You just need to be getting someone to be playing games, getting their confidence up, get them to realize, actually, no, I need to play like this. Because don't forget, a keeper has to not just save, he has to play with his defense. So he needs to be mindful where his defenders are for when he has to pass the ball out to them quickly, or be alert for when they're going to pass the ball back to him, or he has to move into a position because his defenders are being pressured, and he has to move into a position so they can pass off to him, and he could. So there's more to a goalkeeper than just saving goals. And I think he started to realize that as well, and he got better and better. And as he got better, I started to, okay, cool. Because now you're doing what I need you to be doing. But he wasn't doing that before, which is why I didn't like him. Now I'm disappointed he's going because I'm thinking, you're nice now, man. Now that you're nice, you want to go play for another team.
Yeah, man, of course, man.
But
come to Old Trafford,
we got another goalkeeper which is on paper better than him, and he's going to be challenging Alisson. So we'll see.
Okay, well, we'll see, man. We will see. So, guys, for this summer, we're going to be looking at transfers as it develops. And, as Man United rebuilds, hopefully we get Cunha. Well, we got Cunha in. And if we get Mbremo's gone, Bono Champions League, I want to play for Man United because it's the biggest club in the country. You know what I'm saying? You don't know when necessarily it's coming that talk there. So
I won't go that far. Man United
is the biggest club in the country.
Listen, Man United showed interest here, right? And all he has to say to himself is, do I choose between Man United or Brentford? That was his choice. If Arsenal goes in for him, if Man City goes in for him, there's no chance he's choosing Man United over Man City.
He said no to other clubs.
Bro, which other clubs?
Spurs wait for him.
Come on, Spurs.
Spurs and Arsenal apparently inquired.
Spurs are not going to go in. You're not going to go to Spurs because they're just as bad as Man United. So if you're going to choose between Spurs and United, in terms of whatever, you're going to go for United because, as you said, United are a much bigger club than Spurs. The problem with Arsenal, and this has been their biggest problem for a long time here, is they love muck about. They don't know how. No, seriously, they're always in for a player, but they love mucking about. And this has been going from way before that Suarez £1 deal that happened, yeah. They love muck about, bro. They love muck about. You know what I'm saying? If they went in hard for Mbremo's, because everybody all season, players, commentators, fans are like, no, that the thing that Arsenal been missing is the striker.
Mbremo's, man, bro. You know he can play up front and he can play left and right.
If they play Martinelli, Saka, and then Mbremo's, that's nasty. It's nasty. And then you got Odegaard pulling the strings, bro. I'm telling you, but Arsenal, they love muck about. If Arsenal went in for him hard, right, they might have had a proper chance for Mbremo's. And Mbremo's choices, were limited to who the best team was that came for him out of the choices he had. And that's why he's gone for Man United. Because I'm telling you, if City went in for him, he will not go to United. If Liverpool went in for him, he will not go to United.
I think Newcastle and Arsenal was interested and Spurs, I heard. So Arsenal, he'll be playing against Saka.
Newcastle, he wouldn't go there. Solely because Isaac's still there, and he's never going to be the main guy. At Brentford, he's the main dude. They got Gordon, they got Isaac, and they got what's the other guy that's on the right hand side? I can't remember his name. But he's going to go there and sit on the bench. That's the problem if he goes to Newcastle, and he knows this.
But he can go to Man United now.
Man United now, he's going straight into the first team.
Yeah.
Who's in that position at United that's going to keep him out? No one.
Hoyland.
Hoyland can't keep himself out. You can't even play Maguire up front sometimes.
Wow. Man, play Hong Kong, you know, and had to bring on the little boy Martini, bro, and he had to rescue us with a couple goals, bro, because all he couldn't score,
You're
bro.
saying that. I think that is probably one of the best steps United could take for the next season. Yeah, is to bring a bag of your young guys because they're looking sick.
Bro. Bro, this is what I'm saying to you. So we got some good academy coming through. We let the guys go.
He's looking nice. Heaven, he's looking nice, man. You got a bunch of them man there, which is looking.
You want somebody for the cafeteria? We got Luke Shaw, you know.
Nah.
You need some help to eat the food, you know.
No, man might end up poisoning the team, and we can't play ball.
Oh, he was terrible in the final, man. Oh my goodness, he looked like he's like you know when you think as a big man, sometimes they say, "Yo, come play, Marx, come play," and you thinking, why is my body not turning as quick as?
Do you know what I don't like about Man United with Luke Shaw? Man United with Luke Shaw, yeah, right, is going on how England used to go on with people like Rooney, Shearer, all these guys. Yeah, them man will be out injured, and it doesn't matter which striker is banging off. Cole.
They'll pick them over.
Yeah, as soon as they come back. I don't know what it is United have for Luke Shaw here because the guy spends so much time injured as well.
Must be a clause in his
so much
contract.
time injured, bro. And I'm thinking you guys have got left backs there, both in your reserve team and whatnot. And like as soon as he comes in, I just don't get it.
I get it, man. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But it's a terrible one. But either way, with the clear outs happening at Man United, sales are happening around. So we're going to check out the transfer deadline as we go along. But I thought let's have a little reminisce over this season with Marx and, you know, the only one trophy, you know. So we won a trophy the season before. You know what I mean? The season before that as well. So
one thing I'll ask you about United, as a United fan, you know what your team needs. Who would you like to see come? Obviously, you got Cunha in now.
Yeah, Cunha in here. And Bremo, 100%. I was shocked that he said he wants to go for Man United.
Yeah.
I think what we're missing now is I wouldn't say no to Osimhen up front.
If you had to choose between him and Bremo?
No, both.
But if you only had the choice of one?
Bremo.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, Bremo. He can play. I think
is that just because of Premier League experience?
Yes. I think we've bought a lot of players who are out from outside the league. You know what I'm saying? Now, Cunha and then Bremo will just go in there and do it.
Yeah.
Both players have actually also played up front. So they got expert and both work back.
Yeah.
And you got man like Ahmed, so you know you got Xerxes. Haaland potentially could be thereabouts because unless somebody's gonna spend money, but apparently Inter's interested.
Yeah,
which I
heard
doubt.
that.
You know what I'm saying? I can't see that happening. But teams in Italy might say, you know what, he may work in Italy and we get a cheap striker back over here for give him 25 million and they just go for it.
The thing is, Milan and Inter, they got a history of liking them big strikers. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be Lukaku, Ibrahimovic, and all these guys, Clive, they've got a history of liking big strikers. I don't know what it is. So,
yeah.
And I'm not saying that's something that's happening with Højlund, but it wouldn't have surprised me he went there.
Oh, yeah. No. Hopefully we get rid of him, man. And it's not to say that he's a poor player. I wanted him to be successful this season. I wanted him to at least have like, you know, like a purple patch, 10 goal purple patch. But, bro, when you kick the ball to him, bro, it's just...
You know what might be interesting? Because Højlund's got pace. Maybe playing him on the wide rather than up top. Yeah,
no, that's another interesting one. It'd be interesting. But we let Amrin, who we trust, you know what I'm saying, come out there still, you know, and do his thing. You know,
how many seasons are you giving Amrin after this one?
I think he needs just this season to really kick it in.
Just one more.
I'm not saying just more, that's it. But I think this season will be I reckon we should see the fruits of his labour by January, February.
So if you see this new season comes and United finish about the same position you finished this season, is it Amorim out or Amorim still needs more time?
Bro, it depends on the circumstances. But look at Man United still. We was in a decent position, but everyone's forgetting. As much as he has his odd stupidness, Martinez, we lost him. You know what I'm saying? And he was, you know, the left hand, he kept on playing that left hand, you know, so he's certain players, he was just getting used to that position. The way Amrin's playing, we lost Diallo for like majority, you know, as the window closed. We lost him for 3 months.
He was just catching form as well.
He was going on fire.
Yeah.
So we lost a couple of players at crucial times. And I think that really did cost us. And Collier got injured as well. So some players, you're thinking, ooh, we can do a thing, got injured.
Yeah.
So hopefully with these guys coming through, we lost you know what I mean, and sell a couple of the guys and we're good.
Yeah.
See how it goes, man. So listen up, guys. This is Roger here alongside Marx. We had a little bit chat about sports here today. We could carry on still, but it's the way it goes. A quick honourable mention, bro. I send you that link about that Ugandan boxing thing in the wood. No boxing,
that was so ghetto, man.
Bro. Well, you see they got a ring in there now.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah.
I know you watch it secretly, man. WWE. I know it's a WWE fan here, so I know.
100% I'm WWE.
So you subscribe to that channel now?
I'm not subscribed. I'm not subscribed, but I might, every so often take a peek to see what I go on, man, because them man were getting on brutal.
Yeah, guys, in Uganda they got this mud. And it's amazing with technology. Just amazing how your internet has really brought everywhere to light, man. A few guys in Uganda come together, had their own entertain themselves with this little bit of mud, his mud wrestling thing they was doing. Next bit you know, they're putting it on YouTube and they've turned it into a big thing. They got crowds there. And I've seen Europeans going there. And the next bit you know, the other day, bro, there's a big ring there.
Yeah.
Man, I pay them
money,
bro. They're getting that subscription money. Bro, best way to start a channel. You know what I mean? Work with what you got, bro.
Like I said, I'll keep an eye on them, see what they're doing for real, though.
Yeah, I know he's watching it, but he's going with the storylines. You know what the story he's going in there. But listen, guys, this is Roger here. Nothing but love on Affinity Xtra alongside Marx.
Yeah, guys.
What's going on, people? I'm DJ H. Make sure you check out all the stuff Affinity Xtra's got going on, man. We've got loads of content, loads of things coming out. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Listen. Don't go anywhere. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Subscribe is the main thing. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like it, and share it with your brethren. Yeah.